All right, well, welcome back. Today we are joined by our awesome client, Dave. He's been with us for quite some time now, seen some tremendous progress, so an amazing transformation. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks. Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Of course, of course. So, Dave, you joined us. It's been, what, a year now? It's been a full year?
Not even that.
Not even that.
Right around the beginning of March of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, and since then, I think you just hit the 40 pounds down with us specifically, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It's great. I just shared, I went back and looked and I shared some photos. I can't believe the difference. Yeah, you don't see the change as you go along. You don't see it happening as much as you do. But then when I look back to the end of the February, I think it was February 28 photos that we took before we started to what
Yeah.
we just took last week before I went on vacation. There's just a noticeable difference. I'm so happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm excited to dive in today. Um, so let's start off like where are you from? What do you do? And we'll dive into your journey.
Sure. So I live in southern Indiana in a really little small town. Kind of got moved here because my wife's career took us here. She's a guidance counselor or was a guidance counselor at a local high school, and
Mhm.
my career lets me work from anywhere. So I'm always been a virtual employee, so I can work anywhere. I worked from home before working from home was a thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I currently I work for a major nutritional company, and I plan their or manage their global travel program.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I do. Soon to retire. That's exciting. Um, Within less than a year, I'll be out and
Very good.
among the retired ranks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and you're gonna retire in some incredible shape.
Yeah, I'm probably in the best shape I've been in the last 40 years. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Because your journey is pretty special, right? Before
Yeah.
joining us, you're already on a journey of your own. And
Yeah, I
now, yeah.
yeah. Well, I started another program and I lost a good deal of weight. But it wasn't it wasn't successful for me. I mean, I lost weight, yes, but everything else was negative for me. I was always tired. I was always hungry, and my body was always aching. And met you, and you explained to me why. I mean, it made so much sense after I talked to you. I
Mhm.
was working out 6 days a week, and you told me my body was not getting any rest, which
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't. And I was on a meal plan of 1,700 calories, and you said, "Well, Dave, you're not getting enough fuel to do all of that work." And I agreed as well because like I said, I was hungry all the time, but I was trying to stay within that plan. And so, we came up with a new routine, and I mean, it's working. It's definitely working.
Mhm. Mhm. So, coming from a history of having a coach in the past and really kind of pushing it to your limits, working out six
Yeah,
days per week, eating what, 1,600, 1,700 calories,
1,700 calories. Yeah.
1,700 calories, and just experiencing probably some burnout overall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I was really exhausted. But even though I was exhausted, I couldn't sleep. I was getting very little sleep.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And I was burned out, and I kept asking my former coach, I needed to change something up, and it just wasn't happening. And so, yeah, I started looking around for another answer, and I found you.
Yeah. Awesome. No, it's good to hear because I think a lot of the times we think the answer is just to white knuckle our way through, right?
Yeah.
We're not seeing we're not seeing progress. We just got to
Yeah.
work harder. We got to eat less, and we got to just push and push and push
Right.
until you get to the point where you can't push anymore.
Yeah. I mean, there was no doubt I was going to lose weight on 1,700 calories,
Yeah.
but that wasn't my goal, was just to lose the weight. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
how
wasn't I
much
wasn't getting strong. That was my thing. I wasn't getting strong. I wasn't building muscle, and my lifting and my lower body strength, my leg strength just wasn't there.
Right.
And I mean, it's just exponentially changed since I've been working out with you and Fonzo. Yeah.
Yeah. And what are some of the changes do you think that have helped break through?
Well, I mean, working with Coach Fonzo, he one of the things that's been really helpful is my routine changes month to month. Whereas with my other coach, it was the same routine. It was push pull, um, push and pull every 3 days. We're doing the same thing. There was no variety, so I also was getting bored.
Yeah.
With Bonzo, we're always changing it up. Once a month, we he reinvigorates the whole routine. So I'm not doing the same thing all the time.
Mhm.
I'll tell him also, I was really conscious of this. I took photos of everything at my gym to let him know what kind of equipment I had available. And he right away set it up for me so that he's not going to give me something that I couldn't do,
Right.
which, I struggled with my other coach. He just didn't understand that I'm in a local little county YMCA.
Right.
I'm not at Planet Fitness. So I didn't have some of those extra machines. Um, and he was also very conscious of me not being, let's say, not being mentally strong enough yet to want to jump right in on barbells. I didn't have that upper body strength yet. So
Mhm.
I certainly didn't want to start doing bench pressing and things like that. So he eased me in. We started with dumbbells, then we slid into the Smith machine, things like that. Now he's got me bench pressing, which I never thought I was going to be able to do.
No.
And yeah, he's just been consciously listening to me all the time and pushing me, but not over pushing me. He
Yeah.
he knows what I can do, and exponentially we keep just either adding a little bit of weight or changing the reps and changing the routine. It's been really great, and I
Mhm.
I definitely am stronger. I know that just by the results I'm getting through the app that I see.
Mhm.
Um, and it's funny, in the last 2 months, probably, that I've been working out, and I've lost a lot of weight over the last 14 months, but in the last 2 months, people that I run into that I've seen off and on for the whole year have noticed more of a difference in me in just these last 2 months than, what they saw of me a year ago. And I mean, again, I've lost, over 100 pounds. But just in the last 2 months, I've probably only lost 10 pounds, but my body has changed shape. And
Mhm.
that's what they're noticing more. It's fun. I like it.
I think that's one of the funniest things too, because you mentioned prior you weren't gaining any strength in your legs, and now
Right.
when you're posting some leg day photos, like
Yeah.
your legs are one of your
Yeah.
strongest
Yeah.
muscle
Yeah.
groups now.
Yeah. 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 My leg press is pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
one of the biggest factors, I guess, in prior was really the lack of muscle building because of
Mhm.
the large deficit. The frequency in training was every single day almost, and lack of
Yeah.
recovery.
Yeah.
Now that you get to have more recovery, we're able to calculate the macros and calories a bit better. You're responding much better, it sounds like.
Yeah. We focus a lot more on protein. I had macros before, but we weren't pushing protein at all, really. It was just, kind of watching the numbers.
Mhm.
Even on my off days, we focus a lot on still getting cardio. I still have a goal of 7,500 minimum steps a day. Um, and that's always been one of our goals. We've also thrown in yoga to help me with flexibility because I realize in some of the things that I'm doing, I just can't bend or stretch as easily as I thought I could,
Okay.
given my age, and just because I'm a male also. So, yeah, he just helps me incorporate different things that I really needed in my routines, and it's been great.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's far more sustainable for you too?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm in it for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a habit for me now at this point. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not at the gym, they ask me what was wrong, why wasn't I there?
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things I really enjoy is the app.
Yeah.
It's I can communicate with my coach. I get the routines. I track my nutrition. It's all in one place. Where with my former coach, we had three ways. We communicated through Messenger. I had an app for my fitness, and I had an app for nutrition. So I had three different ways I was kind of working with him. Whereas with
Right.
you guys, it's one place, everything's in one spot, and it's just so much handier. I really enjoy that as well. It just makes life a lot easier to have one means of communication and tracking in one place. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
And
good.
it syncs up with some of my other Apple apps, which is helpful as well.
Yeah. Do you have one of the Whoops, or you have a Whoop, right?
I don't have a Whoop.
Or Apple Watch?
I have the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Don't have the Whoop. Everybody keeps talking about that, and it's on my list. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the reason why it's nice is because then we're able to see actually with your Apple Watch or whichever you use, we can see how
Yeah.
you're sleeping, we can see your steps, we can see
Yeah.
multiple different things that really contribute to your overall progress.
Yeah. I have a scale that gives me more than just my weight. It does other things, and all of that feeds into your app as well. So that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So total weight loss since I think a year and a half ago is about 100 pounds, right?
105. Yeah.
Yeah. So 105. So you're down about 65 or so pounds on your own or through a
Mhm.
different method.
Right.
Came here, lost about 40 pounds
Right.
also with us in the
Yeah.
span of 8 to 10 months or so.
Um, just almost 7.5. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
7.5. Yeah. So really,
Yeah.
really consistent progress.
Yeah.
For you, I think that's important to kind of share is because I think when you lose, let's say 60 pounds or so, it does get more and more challenging. And for some, they may think that like, oh, there's nothing else that they can do.
Yeah.
But I think for hearing your testimony, it really does go to show that it's not always about doing more, right? Sometimes stepping back is the key.
Right. And actually that's also key because we're at the number where I'm getting ready to stop. Um, and Fonzo is now going to be, changing my routine and all of that so that we're now going to go into what I'm calling my maintenance phase, basically. I don't know what he calls it or what you all call it, but we're going to start maintaining myself. I'm not trying to lose any more weight, but I want to keep my muscle going. So yeah, we got really close to where I want to be, maybe a few more pounds, not much more. And then, yeah, we're ready to just lock it in and stay right where we're at. So, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
Nice. And how's this showing up in your everyday? Like, how's your energy, confidence? How's that feeling?
Yeah. So, and that actually reminds me, one good example. I think it was 2 weekends ago. My daughter lives right here in town. Grandkids are here as well. We watched them one Saturday while they went and did something else. Took them to the park, which is right between our two homes. And of course, they're 7, 5, and 3. They wanted to play tag at the playground.
Yeah.
I was able to run around and not be out of breath and do all the things that I needed to do. I could not have done that a year ago. I mean, when I started, and this still shocks me. I was just a couple of pounds over 300.
Wow.
This morning I was 198. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able. I mean, I've lost in weight a couple of grandchildren, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't have kept up with them. I would have had to sit down and be out of breath and all that. So yeah, that was one of my main goals was to be able to still play with my grandkids. Yeah, and I can.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's that's life changing, right? Where
yeah,
you
yeah,
lose 100 plus pounds, and when you get down, like I think there's a milestone for a lot of people is the 200 pound benchmark, right? And as soon as you dip below that 200 pound milestone, I think it's something that kind of just changes how you look at your body
yeah.
transformation.
Well, and I'm 6 foot, so I don't really think I'm going to go much lower than that.
Yeah.
I think the bigger transformation for me has been the entire wardrobe that I got rid of and donated. Everything. I
Yeah.
have no old clothing in this house. It's probably all been gone in the last 6 months because
Wow.
I went from a 44 waist to a 36. I went from double XLs to large. I mean, everything has gotten a lot smaller for me. And, you know, that in and of itself just makes me extremely happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the non-scale wins are the ones that are the most important, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, for you then, it sounds like you've had quite the journey. Obviously, you're experienced when you came to us, not a complete beginner.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were still able to kind of help you optimize, I think is awesome for a lot of
Yep.
people to hear. Because sometimes we get to a point where we think that we're doing everything we need to be doing and that there's nothing more. But when you do change up the strategy and you optimize your strategy for your body and your lifestyle, it's amazing where you can take it. And I think you're a perfect example of that, where you came in, you were textbook, right? Doing all the right things, right? You're
Yeah.
tracking your food, working out, like not struggling with motivation. But now we're at this point where you've seen a tremendous transformation that's sustainable, right? That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing for us is can you maintain it and can we help coach you to that point where it doesn't feel like you're just counting down the days till you can go back to normal?
Right. Right. Yeah. And you know, that's really what I'm excited about next is just learning how that next phase works. How do we just sustain where we're at? You know, because it has just been this gradual decline of weight and incline of strength and muscle. How do I get to that place where we just kind of maintain this level of, you know, all of that I've been trying to get to for this past year? And that's exciting for me to see how that takes place. I don't know how that works yet, but I'm excited to learn about that.
With the maintenance phase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun. I think it's a
yeah,
rewarding phase
yeah.
where you go through a fat loss phase for a period of time. You're seeing weight loss, you're seeing fat loss, you're seeing some body recomposition happen. And then you get into a maintenance phase where you're not looking at the same metrics of progress anymore. Right
Right.
now you're not so focused on the scale. Of course, we're
Yes.
monitoring it to see how your weight fluctuates,
Yeah.
but it isn't the main driver of progress because now we're looking for more performance, right? Are you continuously getting stronger? Is your energy better? Are you recovering faster?
Yeah.
Are you eating more food, right? All of that's
Yeah.
important,
Yeah.
not only for growing muscle, but for your metabolic rate as well.
Yeah. No, no, I'm really excited. I think just around December is when we're going to kick off the new phase is what our plans are. Yeah.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Awesome, Dave. Well, if someone's listening and they're hesitant or they are considering joining, what would you tell them?
Well, certainly, I do recommend it actually, and I have recommended it, and I also have a friend who has signed up as well.
Yeah.
And he's also been, I keep in touch with him. He's been making progress as well.
Yeah.
Um, what I really enjoy about it is the interaction that I get with my coach, Coach Fonzo. He's fabulous,
Mhm.
and so are the other coaches. You guys put on some great presentations throughout the week that we could all take part in. And if we're not there, we get to watch them through the recordings. That's also good. But everybody gets individual attention as much as we need and as little as we need.
Yeah.
Bonzo is always there, even if I haven't checked in with them, he's checked in with me. He even caught me on vacation. He was wanting to know how Miami was, you know, and just to make sure that everything was going okay.
Yeah.
So he's always, I don't even know how many people he's taking care of, but he's always interested in just me, I feel like.
Mhm.
I think we're getting ready. In one more week, we'll switch up our whole routine again.
Yeah.
And that's always exciting to see when I open the app, what the next set of routines is going to be, what things he's got changing for me. So I like that because it's not stagnant.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it's again, the app is fantastic. It's in one place. I like everything being all there. I like that if we've set goals in there or the coaches have set goals in there and we hit them, everybody knows we've hit our goals and we sort of cheer them on as well. So that's also cool. Um, but yeah, it's just been working out really well. And I mean, I'd encourage anyone to jump on. It's been a really great program. I mean, right now I'm in it for the long term. You know, I think right now I think I'm with you right now for a whole nother year, and then
Yeah.
we'll figure out how much longer I'll keep going after that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really
That's good.
excited to keep going. Yeah,
That's amazing. No, we appreciate you, Dave. It's a
yeah,
pleasure to have you, and the fact that you're living proof that it's possible, right? It's you've seen success, you've done it on your own, and there's still more to do. And I think that's awesome because what we like to preach here is like we want to take our clients to their goals and beyond their own expectations. And now you're at this point where you've achieved your goal essentially, and now we're going into a
yeah,
new phase and we're learning new
yeah,
things, and it's exciting.
yeah. I honestly, 14 months ago, because that's really when I started, was July of 24. I didn't think I was going to be where I was in just weight loss alone, but also in the strength that I've gained, the way my body has changed shapes or shape. Um, yeah, and obviously the weight before I got to you guys was significant, but if I hadn't, I think if I hadn't come to you, that 60 pounds probably would have gone back on. If
Mhm.
I had just left that coach and said, I think I can do this on my own now, he's shown me enough, I probably would have gained that weight back. And so I'm glad that I found you. We had a great discussion. I remember, I think the first time I talked to you, we probably talked for about an hour.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, you really showed me why everything I was doing was wrong. And it really opened my eyes, because I knew I needed to leave my coach. I knew something wasn't working. But like I said, if I had just gone on my own and said, well, the gym's just here and I know I need to eat differently, I'm confident I would have gained weight.
Right.
I would have stopped going to the gym as on a routine, and so yeah, I'm just thankful that I found you, I found the program, and I'm so happy that everything's just been working the way it's been working. Yeah.
Yeah. And to more success and to more progress, hey?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Always.
Awesome, Dave. Well, that's it. That's all. We appreciate you and
Cool.
thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrew.